My name's Rachel. I'm 31. And if you told me a year ago that I'd end up spying in my own kitchen, listening to two people I trust most in the world, I would have said, no way. Not me, not my life. But here we are. I've been with my boyfriend Connor for about 3 years. We live together in a small 2-bedroom place just outside of Nashville. Nothing fancy, but it's home. We both work remotely, so we spend a lot of time together. Too much sometimes. But we've made it work. At least, I thought we had. Then there's Jessica, my best friend since high school. We've been through everything. Breakups, family drama, job hunting, hangovers. She's been like a sister to me. When my dad passed away, she was the one who showed up and stayed the whole week. She knows everything about me. So when Jessica started coming over more often, I didn't think twice. She'd stop by for coffee or lunch, sometimes stay late watching reality shows with us. Once or twice, when it was storming bad and she didn't want to drive home, I offered her the guest room. She felt like part of our house, part of our life. At first, I was glad she and Connor got along so well. It made everything easier. The three of us could hang out, talk, laugh. It felt like family. But then, something started to feel off. It was little things. The way their conversations didn't quite stop when I walked in. They just shifted, like they'd been talking about something they didn't want me to hear. Or the way Jessica would look at him when she thought I wasn't paying attention. One day, I came back from the store early and found them sitting at the kitchen table, really close, laughing about something. When they saw me, they both got a little too quiet, a little too fast. I didn't say anything, but the whole drive back from the store, my stomach had been twisting. And now I knew why. Still, I told myself I was overthinking. I mean, this was Jessica. My Jessica. And Connor? He'd never cheat. He wasn't that guy. Right? But the gut feeling wouldn't go away. So the next time Jessica texted saying she might stop by while I was out running errands, and I knew Connor would be home, I did something I never thought I'd do. I left my old iPhone recording on the kitchen shelf. No one would notice it. It was tucked behind the cookbooks. Voice memos app red light on, just in case. I told myself I wouldn't even listen unless something really felt off. But deep down, I knew I would. That evening, everything seemed normal. Jessica was already gone when I got home. Connor was making dinner like nothing happened. He asked about my day. I smiled, pretended everything was fine. But later that night, when he went out to walk the dog, I shut the bedroom door, took out the phone, and hit play. At first, it was harmless. Silverware clinking, cabinets opening, them chatting about groceries, some joke about work-from-home life. I fast-forwarded a bit. Then Jessica's voice changed. She went quiet for a second, then said something I'll never forget. I just don't know how to keep pretending around her anymore. I mean, Connor, I think I love you. And I don't think she ever really saw you the way I do. I sat there, frozen. She said it so calmly, so sure of herself, like she didn't even care that I existed. I must have replayed that line 5 times just to make sure I heard it right. I think I love you. And I don't think she ever really saw you the way I do. My ears were ringing. My face was burning. My hands were shaking so bad I could barely hold the phone. Jessica, my best friend, telling my boyfriend, that she loved him. And what crushed me even more, Connor didn't stop her. He didn't say, "What are you talking about?" or "You're out of line," or "I love Rachel." He didn't even sound surprised. There was a long pause on the recording. Then he said, almost in a whisper, "Jess, this isn't fair." Not no, not you're wrong. Just, this isn't fair. It was enough. I didn't need to hear anything else. I turned the phone off and sat there on the edge of the bed, trying to breathe through what felt like a hole in my chest. And here's the worst part. A small part of me still wanted to believe there was some explanation, that maybe I misheard, misunderstood. Maybe he was just being polite. Maybe something. But deep down, I knew this wasn't just a one-time thing. There had been something going on between them for a while. Maybe not physical, not yet, but emotionally. They had crossed the line miles ago, and they thought I didn't notice. That night, I couldn't sleep. I just lay there with my back to Connor, my mind racing, thinking about every little moment over the past few months that suddenly made sense. The private jokes between them that I didn't get. How Jessica started texting him directly instead of going through me. The way he lit up when she walked in and barely noticed when I walked out. I felt like an idiot, like the last person to figure out her own life was a joke. The next morning, I didn't say anything. I wanted to. I wanted to scream, cry, throw the phone at him and yell, "I know everything." But instead, I played it cool, watched, listened, and then I made a plan. That day, while Connor was out getting groceries, I called Jessica, told her I wanted to hang out, just the two of us. "Girls' night," I said, "like old times." She was so excited, said she missed me, said she'd bring wine, and I smiled through my teeth and said, "Perfect." She had no idea I knew, and I needed to look her in the eye when I asked the one question that had been eating me alive. How long had she been in love with my boyfriend behind my back? Jessica showed up around 7:30 like always, bottle of white wine in one hand, a smug little smile like we were about to talk about guys and gossip like teenagers again. "God, it's been forever," she said, hugging me like nothing was wrong. I hugged her back. I was calm. Too calm, maybe. The kind of calm that doesn't feel real. The kind that shows up when your body's too hurt to keep freaking out. We sat at the kitchen island. She poured us each a glass. I watched her closely. Every move, every little look, and all I kept thinking was, "You're not who I thought you were." We talked for a bit. Stupid stuff. Work, the weather, TikTok trends. And the whole time I just sat there, waiting for the right moment to ask. And then she gave it to me. She said, "Connor seems happier lately. I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, but it's like he's glowing." I looked right at her and said as calmly as I could, "Yeah. Is that because of you?" The smile dropped off her face. She blinked, gave a nervous laugh. "What? What do you mean?" I didn't break eye contact. "I heard what you said to him, in this kitchen, yesterday." She froze, dead silent. Then, like clockwork, she tried to lie. "I don't know what you're talking about," she said, eyes wide, pretending to be confused. So I pulled out my phone, opened the recording, hit play. I only played 20 seconds, just enough to hear her say, "I think I love you, and I don't think she ever really saw you the way I do." Then I hit pause. Jessica's face drained of color. She looked like a ghost. "I didn't mean it like that," she whispered. "Rachel, I swear, it was just, I got caught up in the moment. I wasn't trying to hurt you." "But you did," I said. "You were trying to hurt me. You've been trying for a while." She started crying, big performative tears, the kind meant to make me feel bad. "I would never act on it," she said. "I would never cross that line. I love you too much." I laughed, a real dry, bitter laugh. "You already crossed the line. You just didn't sleep with him yet." She didn't respond. She couldn't. I let the silence sit, let her feel it. Then I said something I didn't even plan on. "You need to leave, and don't ever come back here again." Her eyes welled up again. She tried to hug me. I stepped back. "You knew what you were doing. You chose it. You don't get to cry about it now." She left 5 minutes later. No apology, no fight, just shame. And I sat down on the couch with the wine she brought, alone, and started thinking about Connor and how much worse that next conversation was going to be, because he didn't know I knew yet. And when I confronted him, he didn't deny it, but he did say something I didn't expect, something that hit even harder than what Jessica had said. Connor got home around 9. He walked in with a bag of takeout like everything was normal. He smiled, kissed me on the cheek. I wanted to slap him. Instead, I sat him down at the kitchen table, that kitchen table, and said, "I need to ask you something, and I want the truth." He looked confused, but only for a second. He could tell by my face this wasn't small. Then I said, "What's going on between you and Jessica?" Boom. He froze. No fake laugh. No, "What are you talking about?" Just silence. That told me everything. After a moment, he leaned back and rubbed his face. "Rachel, I don't even know how to answer that." I said, "Try." And he did. Nothing physical ever happened, I swear to God. But I caught feelings. And I didn't mean to. I didn't go looking for it. But we were spending time together, and she listened to me in ways you haven't lately. And that's when I cut him off. "In ways I haven't lately. Are you serious right now?" He sighed. "That came out wrong." "No," I said, standing up. "That came out exactly how you meant it. You're blaming me because you let my best friend fall in love with you. You let it happen, Connor." "I didn't ask for it," he said. "You didn't stop it either." He didn't argue. He just sat there, ashamed. And then he said something I wasn't ready for. I think part of me liked it, feeling wanted by someone else. I'm not proud of that. I stared at him, not even angry at this point, just numb. Because here's the thing, I could have forgiven a mistake, a one-time drunken kiss even. But this was slow, secret, mutual. It was feelings behind my back. And with Jessica. I told him I needed space. He offered to sleep on the couch. I said, no, I'll be gone by tomorrow. That night, I packed a suitcase and drove to my cousin's place across town. No drama, no yelling. I just left. Because when you find out the two people you trusted most have been lying, not just once, not just in a moment of weakness, but over time, in silence, in secret, you realize it's not just betrayal, it's choice. They both made a choice. And now, so did I.